Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Unturned Podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles. We're joined once again by the Knight Rider,
Sus.
Staswalle,
Yeah.
calling Trident Games, and the special guest today, Doug.
Hey. Why did Doug suddenly sound like me, bro? What?
Dude.
Bro, what? That's sus, man. That's sus.
I think Doug likes my voice.
That is one of the top 10 dog sounds.
Hey.
Is there like a tier list? Is there a tier list that exists?
Tier list.
What is number one?
Me dropping the bar on me while I'm benching, and then my fucking lungs collapse.
That's a W.
Did you
No,
record
yeah.
something like that?
That's how I
What?
want to die.
Did you record
Dude.
something like that yet, or?
I'll shadow play it when it happens.
Okay, bet.
I'm still kind of sick as well. Well, Doug, without further ado, I guess introduce yourself, because I think there's maybe a small portion of people that don't know who you are.
Yeah, all
Dude.
two of you.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm Doug. I'm Canadian, and
Gross.
I'm the guy from
L,
Z-Man's
L,
videos. I'm the
L.
guy from Z-Man's videos.
Yeah, you just
yeah.
you gotta talk
That's
about,
pretty much it. I'm the
you
guy
gotta
from
talk
Z-Man's
about
videos.
The other people that you've been a part of as well. They're part of their legacy.
Dude.
Mm. Back in the
I-
day, Doug was kind of like the mediator between Z-Man and P9. He was the neutral
I'm not talking
party.
about that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm
He's talking about like
before.
Arid? Yeah, I'm
not
on like
I'm talking about
Huh?
you. You were with Zoom
Like,
B.
Zoom B. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
one of
you
the
were
boys.
Zoom B's lawyer back in the day.
I was the lawyer, dude. Oh my god.
Wait,
Yeah.
you were the lawyer?
Better
Yeah,
Call
yeah,
Doug.
yeah. I was the lawyer back then, and
I thought that
literally
was
it
what's
was
his
mental
face?
deception against children. It was hilarious. So
What,
yeah.
I thought that was what's his face, the guy he did base raids sometimes. He also his name started
No.
with a J.
No,
Ricky?
that was not him.
Okay,
That was
my bad.
not him. I don't know how you.
Doug kind of sounds
switched
like him.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
Oh,
he
J
does.
Swag, J Swag.
Yeah, J Swag. You sound like J Swag, kind of. You
That
sound
is-
similar.
Oh my god,
Dude, G Ricky found the admin hammer. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
and then
Doug,
I
how does it
basically did,
feel to be second best?
Dude, I swear to God. Okay, here's the deal. All right. Listen, I'm not
Mhm.
trying to be mean or anything, but I genuinely do think that my map was better than the.
Sore
Uh,
loser.
No. Listen, I
Yeah.
have a good reason.
Okay.
I think my map had more content and more depth than. Fuck, what's it called?
Operation
Operation-
Skyfight.
Yeah, Operation Skyfight. So I'm really bad at remembering that. But yeah, I think it had more content and more depth. Yet I think the win was more deserved because last time it was Timo that made it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last time he got like bronze or some shit, right? And now he got like gold. So that's like a massive dub. Also, I think it's a really good spin on something that hasn't been done in like 6 years, which is like Jet Arena. Like Jet Arena was fun as hell, yet like this new spin on it is fucking baller. I do think that the jet with the missiles fucking sucks and it should
Yeah.
be removed. That shit was so ass.
Yeah, it's because this game is broken. That's
Yeah.
what.
I think also his map is just way more visually pleasing. Like I suck ass at like texturing, so so my map looks very bland in comparison. Yet I think overall you can play my map for longer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, my map still kind of suffers from like a lot of the maps just from map jam suffer from the Dango problem where you play it for like 30 minutes and you've experienced absolutely everything and it doesn't have a lot of replayability. But it's more of like a turn off your brain and play kind of map, you know?
I mean, Knockout has like 3 arenas in one map, so
True.
that definitely prolongs
Yeah,
life.
and only one of them was good. Yeah.
Dude.
Shut up.
Nah.
Just shut
You
up.
literally.
No,
you
I got the
literally-
one
no,
where
no,
you're
no,
slipping
listen,
around
listen.
and stuff is
All
like
right.
no.
Listen,
no.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
only
not
one
gonna
is-
take this from a guy. I'm not gonna take this from a guy that plays Unturned for hours on end, fumbles the M249 bag, and plays the same maps over and over again on the most boring game.
Bro, why
mode.
you gotta
I'm
be
sorry.
so loud, bruh?
dude?
Bro,
I'm angry. Okay.
No. Okay. There's two ways you could take my statement. One, you could take it as 2 of your maps suck,
All
or
right,
2,
you know what,
you could take it as
You know what,
1 of your
motherfucker?
maps is amazing.
There you go. Okay.
No, Knight. Knight, what is
God,
your problem with the map that's on the desk? What's your problem with that one?
To be fair, the
Oh
one
wait,
that's
that
on the
one's
desk
cool.
looks
Actually,
like
that
ass.
one's cool. Okay, one of your maps.
I will
okay.
admit though the slippery map, it's so fucking mid, but it was so good before the slippery changes. Oh my god! Also, there was one thing that I in development I removed it intending to add it back, and I forgot. It was
Really?
a center platform without any slipperiness, so it was a place to for people to congregate and fight, which was like exactly what you brought up in the podcast.
Yeah,
I
that
might
is
still go
literally
back
just
and add that.
It's literally just the one thing that's missing from this map.
Maybe then you would have gotten
Exactly.
first place.
I mean, to be fair, they did state that like the reason I didn't get first place was because it was just like apparently. Oh, dude, no way.
No
Oh my
way,
God,
it's
he's
Trident.
muted.
It's
Holy
Trident
shit.
Game. Trident
But
Game is
yeah.
muted.
They did say like the reason it didn't get first or anything was because it was like it wasn't super original, even though
I mean, it was a deathmatch.
Yeah, I think that's like the only reason. But realistically, like
Wasn't it like
There were a lot of deathmatch maps in the map
Yeah.
jam, and yours was the
True.
best. That's
yeah,
true,
I
true.
do think though that like, man, defense crystal, man,
Defense
like.
Crystal.
Sorry.
Honest-
Defend crystal. That yeah.
Honestly, I
actually.
think Defense Crystal deserved 3rd place over the
Okay,
what's
I'm
it called?
sorry,
Simply because you can actually do
Yeah.
things in Defense Crystal.
Okay.
No, you can, but
I was looking at like all the maps comments, like all like top 3, and I came across this guy and he's like, "So you copied a Roblox game and you don't credit it," and and he was like calling the guy out, and I'm like, "What is this shit? Like, what is this fucking meme?" And then I go on Roblox. I literally look up the name. What was it? Warm Isolation. I look up the name Warm Isolation. It came up. Like there's literally a Roblox game. The entire layout of the lobby is extremely similar. Like the actual like floor
What?
plan is the exact
What?
same. The detailing is different. I thought you guys would know this.
I did
Yeah.
see that. But
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
However, there is extra content outside of the actual like main area. I just think that realistically, Dorente's map should have got 3rd because Dorente's map. Well, it wasn't just Dorente's map, but that group of people, it should have got 3rd. I do think though that the gameplay was pretty ass on Lance Via or whatever. What was it?
Lance
Dude,
Via.
I suck at fucking like remembering all the names of this.
Yeah.
But it's like the gameplay was really bad, but the map looked really good. Like the gameplay was serviceable, but it just like it was really slow and campable, and just like there wasn't enough guns, and also the balance kind of sucked on the guns.
it was kind of like Dango, but it could. Okay,
Yeah.
so Rolling Chair, one of the developers, said that he's gonna still develop this map. So I'm
Yay.
seeing that eventually this map will become something like a second Dango,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah, because
But right
Lancer
now-
was my favorite personally.
Right now, it only has 3 weapons, and I guess there's just not enough movement tools. You've got the jump pads, but I'd like to see something like on
Yeah.
Knockout, something that you can carry of yourself. Even like you can pick up a grenade that you just have infinite amounts of. Just throw
Yeah,
it at
the,
you like that.
I think what they should have added was at the least like given the player 1.5x movement multiplier on
Oh, yeah,
the,
definitely.
on like the clothing, because also the clothing didn't match at all like the theme of the map. Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah.
Like
It
the
was-
I
clothing
didn't
that
pay
you
attention to
wore,
that.
Kinda
it was
weird.
so weird. It was so weird.
funny.
Yeah. Like I don't know though. I think it was like Lancia. It was the best looking map out of all of them. I
Mhm.
think it looked very visually like just cool.
Yeah, like the Doom.
Yeah.
What was the
like,
second Doom called?
like Quake.
Quake.
Yeah. Like it was like
Doom
Quake.
and Quake. Yeah.
But yeah,
Doom
it's just-
Eternal. Yeah, it looks like
Shut up, dude.
the.
What? How does it look like that?
Trust me,
I
it
mean-
does.
Doom Eternal's way more red, bro.
I mean, when you go to
I
like
think it
the
was more like
heavenly
Quake.
looking place,
It's Quake. It's heavily
Quake.
Quake inspired.
There
What
was
are you
like-
talking about?
you're heavenly Quake inspired.
like-
Shut up.
There are fires right now. So
Dude, I wish I
there.
could be heavily Quake inspired, bro. Have you seen
Heavenly.
Ultra Kill, bro?
The problem with Ente's map is literally just it's Alpha Valley syndrome. There's nowhere to hide, and the only good places to hide is the spawn locations, which is dumb. It just needed to be thought more.
Just camp the
better.
fucking spawn
Yeah,
locations.
literally me. I forgot me, Eunice, Stas, and Pelx were literally camping one location
Also-
and holding it down.
I got pissed at you.
The pistol was really good, but then also like the
It used to be
the
even
railgun.
better.
The railgun was way too oppressive. Like, okay, I think one thing that one thing I really focused on my map, and we basically like, okay, so for example of like how the development went down, we were originally gonna make a World War One map, like very based on, because I just fucking love Battlefield 1. Like, it's cool. So we were gonna try and make some type of like World War One deathmatch, and then literally on the first day, like I modeled a bunch of shit, made a map layout, and I'm like, damn, this is ass. So then we just like kind of spitballed a bunch of different ideas, and we eventually just took a bunch of like vanilla guns, did asset overrides, and made them like fling you around. And at like 4 a.m. on like, I think August 3rd or something, like it was like middle of the fucking night, right? Me, NSTM, and Z-Man are all playing on this like donut shaped like map, and it wasn't even slippery, but it was like one of the donuts that you can see on the slippery map, totally tubular, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And like we were just fucking around on there, and I'm like, damn, like this is insanely fun. I think we played for like an hour on that little donut, and we just like fucked around with these guns. Holy shit, it was so fun. So like that's basically I made like the first like jumping weapon, and then I made the sniper rifle, because like
And
the
that
whole
is how Second Best was born.
Real.
dude,
That-
I'm gonna kill you in real life.
Oh.
Knight, I thought you were gonna say that the lore of Knockout is that it takes place during World War One. But
The lore of Knockout is that Doug is a bodybuilder.
What
Dude.
inspired you?
No,
to
that-
make
Manny is
silly
me.
ass map?
Manny is
Yeah.
Jack.
So is Manny Baby's real name?
Manny is Baby's canonical name. That is
Okay.
like Emmanuel, kind of something like that.
I'm
Uh-huh.
writing
And-
this down. I'm
but
writing this down.
Baby is like when you call him, like when he's like baby, you know, like a little guy. But it's like when he's a grown ass man, it's Manny. You know?
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's baby and then it's man. It's like Pokemon evolution.
Yeah. This
He
guy gets it.
evolves.
Mm-hmm. But when does he
But-
get to the stage like what's in your profile picture?
That is the stage represented on Knockout,
Ah,
but it's just game
I think-
limitations.
No, I think you
Gotcha,
need to like
gotcha.
use a Mega Stone to evolve.
Okay,
him
I do have
this
to.
Mega Form.
There was gonna be a planned, like, so there was a plan for the quest you can do for him. The idea was you could get a melee weapon that would have like insane range, would one shot, and then you would have like 10 throwables in your inventory. So the melee weapon would be a bar from a barbell with like 100 pounds on the end, and then the throwables would just be like individual plates that you would throw like frisbees.
ooh,
And then there would be a custom mesh outfit you could get, which would like make your character's arms bigger. Like that was going to be like the meme, right? But
yo,
there just wasn't enough time, so that's why the jack press is in there. Which I think the jack press actually turned out really good, because it's a really good side grade to the Boinger. And I actually was watching your guys' last podcast episode. The Boinger has a faster fire rate than the
really?
jack press. Yeah, it shoots like just a bit faster, and that's on purpose, because that's like how the Boinger is better. So basically, the Boinger is faster, and like is just that you can. Okay, it's essentially just like way faster because you can shoot it while sprinting. You can aim while sprinting, and it's like it just has a faster fire rate. The jack press replaces it, but it's just like more cumbersome. Essentially, it does like all the opposite, but it has more range damage. And it does damage. Yeah, so it's like a bit of a trade-off. Yeah,
it's representative of the stages of baby. When you're a child, you're quick and small, but you can't really do much. Okay,
so it kind of reminds me of that scene from the Netflix Punisher in season 2 when he's beating up a bunch of Russian criminals, and he's like inside a gym and he's using like 10 or 15 pound plates to like punch these dudes. It's
then he does a 360 with a fucking sword of Mosin with a binocular strap on top.
We already asked about Fugu.
Who?
Fugu.
Oh,
who's that?
No.
What's Fugu?
Talking about the.
No.
Doug, what's Fugu?
It's my next map project.
Man, what does Fugu even mean, bro?
Are we allowed to create a map? Name?
Yeah, I think it's fine, to be honest.
Okay.
Can you tell us more about it?
Okay, yeah, tell us more about it. Where's the map going to be set?
The map name might change.
Because
so I guess kind of a code
isn't
name.
Fugu like a type of balloon that the Japanese use that would detonate on landing?
Actually, it's like a culinary dish.
I swear to you, I've seen.
Wait,
I mean,
Fugu
it might be.
Fugu is that fish that can kill you.
It's a puffer fish. It's a puffer fish, but it's like the ones you can eat. That's literally what Fugu is. Yeah,
but I
it's
think
like
if
when they're
it's prepared, when it's prepared wrong, die from eating it.
Yeah, you can take an L. Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, I basically the map. Not gonna try and go in too much detail, but Knockout was basically like the alpha test of it. And,
shit!
So it's gonna be like the plans I have for it are all technically possible and unturned. Yet it's going to be shit that is like I'm not gonna lie. Some of the shit on the map is going to be like genuinely like fucking like the craziest shit you've ever fucking seen in the game. I'm not even joking. Like, heavy emphasis on like very complicated animations.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
This guy knows how to hype up a map.
But of course, I need to focus on the gameplay first. But I think I did a really good job with Knockout because I focused on just like the gunplay at first. So. And I think the gunplay of Knockout is actually extremely well balanced. Like, I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but from most people's perspectives, like, it's very well balanced from what I've heard as feedback. Like, the sniper is very powerful, but it's a skill cannon. Like, you actually have to hit them in the head. And it does less damage to the body. Like, it does 4 damage at point blank. It's ass. But it's like, huh?
I thought it did like 40. I kept hitting people.
It does. Okay, so past 200 meters, it will always one shot to the torso. But within that range, it just gets like less damage. It just has reverse damage fall off. So when you're like shooting someone at point blank, it's like, I'm pretty sure it only goes down to like 4 damage. Or it might be rounded down. It might be 5 damage, but then it rounds down. But yeah, I think it's honestly like very, very good gunplay. And I think it's just because it's so simple. There's like fucking like 6 guns on the map. So it's very simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that is pretty OP though, I'm not gonna lie.
The fact that
the crossbow is very good, but it replaces your boinger. So
yeah, you kind of lose your main movement too.
Yeah. So, yeah. Then what else? The shotgun as well, dude. The shotgun was so much fun to make. Holy shit. It has like 25 fucking pellets, dude. It's insane. It's like, okay. Also, by the way, you can actually get kills at like 200 meters with it. Because it has 200 meters range, but the spread is like 90 degrees when hit point. So I have multiple occasions like just shot at people from far away and hit them, but it only does like 5 damage. So I mean, it's pretty funny.
It's technically possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that in the future, someone gets a clip of that, like someone's at low HP, and then someone gets like a clip of like a long ass range shot with it.
I like the fact that you can also jump with that. Not many people have realized actually.
Yeah. I essentially like that was kind of just an oversight, but then I kept it because of the guns that replace your primary, like the crossbow. So you still have a movement tool, but it's not as
also, sometimes it's useful to have that smaller jump just to like boost yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. We also like the thing was we also kind of because I did all the modeling. Most of the if you've ever noticed, most of the guns that can push you around are actually like really well tuned to getting like the perfect height on objects. So I actually did that where a lot of the heights are at specific like distances just to meet up with like the distance you can get.
Yeah, like the Boinger launches you perfectly onto the cranes.
Yeah. I'm probably like sometime soon going to get gonna reduce what's it called? The shitty knockout arena. Totally tubular. I'm gonna reduce the slipperiness and add like a middle platform.
You better,
because it like I mean it used to be so fucking good, man. We have so many clips of that, and it was so fun.
Yeah, like back before.
And then Nelson just changed like I mean, it's a good change, don't get me wrong, but like the values all got really, really weird. So
Nelson ruined Doug's placement for number 1 in knockout. He's just blaming on you without saying it. I have to say it here.
I also might increase the explosion radius on the dodgeballs because currently they're pretty bad. Like even if you direct hit someone, sometimes it just doesn't work, which admittedly is server side and client side issues. But
we have tried them on Dango, and it's very hard to hit someone with it.
They also work very good as a movement tool if you're lucky. Like if you get it at the right distance, you can traverse like entire maps with them. But you'll be left at like 4 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this was pretty cool. If you've ever noticed, you never run out of stamina. I didn't even know this was possible.
Oh, it's because it's a custom weather event, right?
Yeah, dude, NSTM is a fucking genius, bro. Like literally, like he figured so much shit out for me. The map would not work without NSTM. Big shout out to him.
I love NSTM. I love NSTM.
Yeah, like the So if you noticed, I think it was last update, Nelson added a feature for randomized teleportation points. So you can walk into a teleportation point and it puts you out somewhere else, right?
But you had that before he added that.
Yeah. I asked him in DMs, I'm like, hey, can you add, or I think it was NSTM asked him in DMs. And we're like, hey, can you add this as a feature? And he said, yeah, sure. And then we were like, ETA? And he's like, fucking like next major update. So we're like, when's the next major update? After the map jam. So we had to come up with a workaround, which was the interaction thing. But you know what sucks?
What?
He broke the system in the dev kit for that. So I had to manually place. So basically, you place all of the. They're all individual objects, right? So you place. I think there were 72 of them in total. You place them all in the doorways in their exact positioning, and then after they're placed, you go into the dev kit and place their exit points. And in the dev kit, you should be able to allocate the ID. That window just didn't exist. Like it was gone. Okay, like. Oh my god, this took like 3 hours to figure out or something. Anyways, after we figured it out, or like after we figured out, hey, we can't do this, you have to go into the maps. I think it's the level file or something, and you have to go individually through each and every like object, and then you have to give it the ID and if you fuck up at any point, it just like it bricks the entire line following it. So it's
weird.
It sucked, but it works, and it works pretty good. There is one weird error that I noticed where sometimes when you interact, it all of them disappear for a second, but then come back and you don't teleport. But I mean, like, you just hit F again and it works. So
yeah,
whatever. I mean, I think it's a pretty good system for what was available at the time. So
I mean, if it does the job.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the whole map's like as solid as we could have made it. So pretty happy.
You got
with
second
it.
place,
dude.
After all,
I'm fucking hyped for that. That is my first map with custom objects, like ever.
Mhm.
Like I made one before, but it was with the default Unity cube. But this is like my first like actually modeled and 2 spec like unturned buildings and everything. Which I'm like fucking hyped about. The fact I got second, like, holy shit, dude. like I was fully expecting to not even get a placement because I was looking at a lot of the people. Like I was like, oh my god, fucking Timo's going in, and I've seen like shit that Timo's made, and then like Durante was trying to enter, and like a bunch of people were trying to enter, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm gonna lose, but I came in second. Like that's hype.
How do you feel about potentially losing your position to Defense Crystal?
Okay, listen, man.
It would be a fair fight. Okay.
Didn't it like work in single player or something?
It works with 4 people. That's the max.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, right? That map could have genuinely like stolen like a placement, right? If they had custom assets. Like literally if they had like 3 custom assets, but if they actually had like custom like buildings and the maps didn't look ugly, they could have legitimately like honestly got gold because it was a very unique idea.
Yeah.
But apparently from what I heard, it got way too hard way too quickly, and it was just a very difficult map to play. So I mean,
well, the way I played it in single player, and the way it worked is it went from easy and went from regular, and then you went to sewer, which got a bit harder. And then I went to this like radiated area,
it was like impossible once you get to city.
Did you play the second level?
I played everything.
So, I teleported to every level. I didn't really.
When I played it,
because I played it one, which is just ridiculous.
Because it was impossible. But it was impossible. The first level was super easy because it's 2 lanes. The moment that it hits 4, it's over. Like he hit 4 lanes to the next level. It's ridiculous.
Well, I do think like there was genuine like thought put into the design process, but from what I kind of have noticed about it was it just like it wasn't really like it was kind of made to be just like difficult without actual thought. Like, I mean, this is my personal theory, like I could be entirely wrong, but there was like they wanted to make a difficult map, but they didn't really focus on making it a fun, difficult map, you know? Like, it kind of just was, like, tedious to play.
It's a boring way to make it difficult. Just, like...
Yeah. Just add a bunch of, like, shit that's really hard to overcome.
Because you can make, like, a hard thing be interesting if you add, like, mechanics around why it's hard. But this map is, like... I think there are only, like, normal zombies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, there was like burners and shit when I went in single player. Maybe it was like my settings.
Yeah, there were like flankers and acid spitters and stuff too.
Yeah. Okay, but there are no like custom zombies. Is what I'm saying.
No,
there's no like custom danger.
There was also the eyeball zombie from Kuwait.
Oh,
wait, really? I didn't see that. I didn't know
that was in the Infinite. That was on Infinite.
The problem then there was I do also have to say one thing. This is about another map. I think something that really could have benefited if Timo ever goes back to it. Like this is actually like I think could make the map a lot better. The jet arena, if he went back and added damage fall off to all of the guns to make them very low damage at long range, or just make them have low range, it would be way better. Because currently, if you like fly up to the corner of a map and
you
then
can
like
just
start
snipe someone,
you can just snipe. Yeah, it's like it makes it really really fucking stupid because Unturned doesn't have like, well, I mean, now it sort of has damage indication, but it's like it doesn't have like directional HUD damage indication for anything. And like the noise, all you can hear is like pings. Like that's all you
don't
can hear.
know. You don't know where you're getting shot from, basically.
Yeah, it's not exactly like I mean, I think it's just like a challenge of making a map like that. Also, one of the things that I think he could have added was so you can camp in the fucking, you can just sit there waiting for people to take off, and then like 5 minutes later take off and just like kill the last guy and win,
which is like the optimal strategy.
Yeah, if he added some type of like NPC event, server side NPC event, which is like a thing now, you could add like a barrier that pushes out from the back, and it takes a little bit, and if you take too long, it just fucking destroys the vehicle and kills the player.
Yeah.
Like, I think that could have been good. I'm not really sure if there's a way to trigger that off of the arena or like any other way to trigger it. However, I think it would be like really good.
I don't even think you need that.
Something to counter it.
I think it would have been easier just to make the actual arena a bit smaller. I mean, during all the playtests I played on Staswalle
honestly, just
arena,
anything. Yeah, like, anything to make it less campable.
Did not at all reflect anything.
I think if you, because I think Timo did say that. No, he said, okay, he only said that there are going to be 4 jets. But what if you could actually like pick the jet? So like if every player gets 1 aircraft carrier, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because right now, when you have multiple people starting off the same carrier, it's just aids. The first few seconds of a battle, aids.
Yeah, like, I mean,
the person who takes off the last will win every engagement.
Mm-hmm.
I do really think that there could have been a lot more depth added to the gameplay of it, because like, realistically speaking, it is pretty much just like Jet Arena, but with more like
content, basically.
More content. And holy shit, like, it looks good. Like it and the explosion effects. Oh my god, bro, those are fucking sick.
I think Renaxon made some models. That's why it looks so good.
Did Renaxon actually make models for him?
I think a few, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But yeah, anyways, like it looks sick. Like it's a cool fucking looking map. I just think like the gameplay wasn't super like deep. I mean, my gameplay in comparison my gameplay in general in comparison to like maps that took longer to make weren't it's not deep. But like I think just overall, like a lot of the maps, it's hard to add depth in a month, you know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
and it's even harder to make it in 3 days.
Yeah.
Because he said that he made most of the map in the last few days.
I do remember that.
And that's aids to think about. 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days!
I think, like, the table... Or no, it wasn't the table... Was it the tabletop map or the tower map? One of them I like, okay, so for the first 2 weeks, I only worked on Tubular, and then I was like, I'm gonna lose if this is the only map. So, like, I was like, you know, it would be cool adding multiple maps, right? So, like, I just did that, and we got the NPC system to work and everything, and it was kind of sick. So,
and it turned out good. Yeah, I think it. If you didn't do that, I don't know if you would got second place. If only Tubular would be the only one.
Yeah. Oh no, we would have lost. Like, I mean, one thing that someone said, I'm not gonna name names, but they said that they told me that the whole idea of having separate maps was a death sentence, and we would lose because it would divide the player base. But every single map, you can play with like 4 people. Like, they're all designed to be like low player environments. However, you know, like when like 20 fucking people are playing on one, it still kind of works, and you can get back into the action very quickly. Like, I mean,
or find it.
So
this is not hard. It's not like a Washington server where it takes like years to find another player.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like 30 people playing, which there was like on Z-Man's server when he was hosting it, there was like I think a max of like 35 people. Every map except Tubular had people playing, so that's why like we got to fix Tubular. But like the what's it called, the tower map, that like honestly I think one of the reasons the tower map is more played over the table map is just because it's right in front of you. It's the middle one that you can pick, so you can just walk straight forward and
I think so too.
Hit it. Which
psychology,
because essentially the way that like the idea I had when making it was the tower would be like the CQB map, the Tubular would be like the fast dumbass map, that like you can go fast as shit, and then the table would be like the really long range sniping map. And it actually like it came out pretty good. Like people play it like that, so that's pretty nice. I mean, I guess that's the power of like playtesting. Is just like we play tested so many fucking times. Like we play tested more times than I think we play tested for more hours than the map was developed.
Bro.
So,
I mean, do you count the playtesting as development as well?
Yeah.
So,
I want to ask you a question, Doug. Okay, so this is some fun trivia. During the actual ending of the actual event where they announced the winners were announced, Animatic did not add a voting poll to it originally.
Yeah.
For see what people thought was the best map. And
yeah.
I told them, why didn't you do it? It's very interesting to see what people would want. And I want to say something to you, because I think this is very interesting. How does it feel that the people have picked 29% number one Defense Crystal?
Defense Crystal, yeah.
Second place
it's
is
the
Operation
meme.
Skyfight, and third place is you.
It's the meme.
I don't think so. I think.
Dude, the Defense Crystal one is the meme. It's the meme. I swear it's the holy crap, Lois, I'm on Defense Crystal. I am
responsible for trolling the entire poll.
To be fair though, like there was gonna be, I mean, I would have been like kind of pissed about that if there was a reward, because there was supposedly supposed to be a reward for it, but
reward for
like
Defense Crystal
for the community vote.
Oh.
But I think they were worried that Z-Man would zerg the fucking votes, or the Russians would just vote for the Russia map because they're very patriotic.
Yeah. because
yeah. So I mean, because realistically speaking, like if there was any reward involved, there would be zerging. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just be given the Defense Crystal.
They could just lie and say that there is no reward, and then give a reward in secret.
Dude, honestly, Defense Crystal, I stand by it. It would have won if it had more custom assets and a better layout. Because
it's a very good idea.
Yes. Defense Crystal developers, if you're watching this, don't let the memes discourage you from continuing to make maps and improve yourself.
The memes are there to encourage you to get the word out.
It's a good concept, and it's something that hasn't been unturned in since Horde mode. Like it's a original concept, to be honest, and it actually works pretty good with the intended amount of people. However, I do really think that the map looks just frankly like shit. So it's like, if you put time into, because I think they said it themselves, they spent the majority of the time on setting up the actual logic of how to get it to work. So that's fair enough, because it's a month. You have a fucking month to do this stuff, so it's reasonable. So realistically, I'm not saying anything to discourage them. I think it's realistically you need to really focus on getting better. Something that the Map Jam taught me was, before Map Jam, I really couldn't before the Map Jam, I didn't know how to put vehicles in game. I didn't know how to put objects in game. I didn't know how to do the clip prefabs. I didn't know how to do scopes on guns. I didn't know how to do any of that, and now I know how to do that. It's the Map Jam. I honestly just wish that it would happen more often. Not just for me or to do it again, but literally just so more modders because it worked for me. It's such a good tool because it gives you an incentive to get better at modding.
Yes.
So I'm saying that to like the Defense Crystal people, to like the people that made fucking Latvia, bro. That's what I'm gonna call it. That map. Like, don't stop. Like, keep doing it, because it's like, holy shit. Like,
I mean, that's ultimately what any jams are about. Game jams, map jams, to encourage people to just make shit.
Yeah.
You know what the funny part about all of this is that people were still discouraging map jam to even exist, believing that that nothing else could be done with Unturned.
Man, screw those people.
It's like what they did.
Care.
Admittedly, in a private call, I was talking to Animatic, and I was literally like, bro, what other alternative fucking game modes can people do? Like, and to be honest, like, I mean, I think I'm just gonna fucking keep it a $1.50, man. I think Defense Crystal was the most original idea. like
no, the most original idea, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, the game is pretty limited in what you can do, in my opinion. I mean, but like, that doesn't mean that like other maps can be fun as shit.
And what exactly is your opinion worth, Doug?
Dude,
I'm just
listen, man. I could literally bench you. I could literally bench you, bro. What does that say about you?
Okay, what does it say about your modding prowess?
Dude, what does that say about your modding prowess, huh? Dude,
listen,
show him your gun. Show him your gun, huh? Show him your gun animation.
It's supposed to look bad on purpose.
Exactly.
It's bad on purpose.
Steve Mauld.
Don't say that.
At least we got to see some cool shit. And that's all I'm pretty happy about. Even though I wasn't a participant, I'm just a spectator. Like, it was cool to see some shit. Like, some veterans, I had to show some stuff too. They're pretty surprised. Man. They were surprised.
I'm hyped about the what's it called, the poster that Z-Man made of the Chad baby. It's very simple, but it's really funny. I literally told him try and find the. I was like, try and find the Nike font. We couldn't find the Nike font, so we had to like settle with this like random ass font. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. There's a lot of like stuff on there we probably shouldn't have used. So, but I mean, hey, I'm not making
second place for copyright infringement.
Oh my god!
They're gonna remove your award from the Steam inventory.
No. I mean, to be fair, Warm Isolation.
True.
Okay, I'm not trying to be mean to the Warm Isolation guy. Like, Renax, I brought this up with Renax on Animatic. The guy modeled, ported, like, it fucking did everything. Like, he literally did everything. But I think it is kind of shameful that the concept isn't his, of at least the main map. Like, and honestly, like, I remember hearing this from someone. It kind of comes off as like a trade server, like a TF2 trade server. You know?
Yeah.
It's not really fun. Like, there's nothing really to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I agree. The gameplay is a bit lacking.
The gameplay's ass. The map looks really nice, but I don't appreciate that it's not really an original concept.
It's a good proof of concept that, like, what is possible, like how good a map can look in this game, right?
Yeah.
But so if someone has an idea,
he was a solo developer of the project, and I think
so.
That kind of outweighs the negatives. But I do think it is pretty cringe that you still not steal, but take extremely heavy inspiration from a already existing thing and don't even change the name of it, you know? But yeah, that's just me personally. Like, I do think it's a bit weird.
Yeah,
just a bit. Only a little bit.
That Defense Crystal
just a spoonful of weird.
What?
Defense Crystal on top.
Charles, shut up.
That is the question that we have to ask. Because you picked the blunt force, right?
Yeah, we all picked the blunt force because we thought it was funny.
Oh, you all did. That's awesome.
Yeah. Z-Man was like, Okay, so Z-Man basically said, if I get gold, I'm going to put it on a blunt force. And then we got like, so my hierarchy was gold blunt force, silver Zubek or Maple Strike, and then bronze frying pan. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I play a lot of maps, and legitimately the most common gun on like every map is the blunt force. Dude, that voice crack. But yeah, the blunt force is so common. Plus, it's really fucking good. Like, it's so OP, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it just realistically speaking, I think it was one of the best choices. I mean, a frying pan would have been funny, but
a golden frying pan. Imagine
one thing though that I kind of realized was the silver has less of a wow factor than the other colors, because the silver, like when people see it and they look at it from like a glance, you know, they think it's like
it's
0
metal.
Kelvin.
Yeah, it's just like gunmetal gray kind of.
Well, yeah, but it also kind of looks like 0 Kelvin, not gonna lie. Like,
the effect of killing someone.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, the skin looks like shit, but the blunt forces model looks like shit. Because I'm used to like the one blunt force skin that Renaxon made, that like changes the model. It changes the like the whole model and everything, and it looks really good. But yeah, I mean,
this is a lot about society and the default skin. The skin. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't pronounce words now.
What do you guys? I want to ask you guys a question. What is your guys' opinion on the recoil update?
I think it's
good. Objectively good.
Sorry, what, Charles?
I was gonna ask you that actually, because I think you're happy with a lot of the things that they're changing. I feel like you are ecstatic.
Okay, I'll give my opinion on it, but I want to hear y'all's opinion first.
Objectively good, needed for a long time.
I'm not even that hyped about the recoil itself, but about the explosion. When the explosion happens, you get like a screen shake. That is my favorite part of that update.
Charles, what do you think about it?
It's very interesting. Again, like me as a traditionalist would be like, oh, just why are we barely changing this now? But at the same time, I was testing it on the actual like the test branch of Unturned, and there's barely any difference. I barely feel any difference playing around with the snipers, especially getting hit the most, and most of the rifles. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't really think people are generally going to care, but there is a little slight difference, but it's not as bad as like anyone. I'm not going to see like an uproar of a bunch of like people complaining on everywhere about this update, which is nice because I don't think Nelson wants that either. And I think it is a change that is needed, but it's not over outrageous when it comes to the change. So I am genuinely happy about the way he handled it, because I was afraid of what potentially could happen if it was done incorrectly. And I feel like right now, what I saw on the test branch, it was decent. So I can't really.
Nelson, if you're watching this, just remember the naysayers of all the similar updates to this, whether it's that recoil update or the movement update, they are a vocal minority.
They're the vocal
just remember that.
Okay.
No, they aren't. They aren't.
Something about it. The one problem with it that I see. Okay, well, there's multiple problems. Okay, the explosion shake, is fucking massive for some reason.
That is true.
And it doesn't scale down a lot. And okay, another thing that I noticed is it has silently buffed fragmentation ammo.
Oh,
when you shoot at someone, it throws their aim off, which is kind of cool, right?
You get like a shell shock effect.
You can literally just start shooting near someone and it flings their aim around, and the radius is like 25 meters. Okay. Also, the explosions should dampen through surfaces, because if you do it on like the side of a wall, it flings your camera around like crazy. I also think it's just kind of a bit too high. And then the last thing, I think it could have been done better. I think that it looks very procedural and too smooth. I mean, that just might
that was
really like animating stuff, but like the animations look like you're in a well, they're not even animations, they're just like data that the game reads and like performs.
That would be my only criticism, that the animation would be really smooth, because if you're getting hit by an explosion,
like you're in a rocking boat. It's like you're in a boat, and it's like it just
you're in a boat you're in a boat and not actually getting hit by explosion. Your screen should be like snapping.
I mean, personally, I did kind of like that a bit. It felt a bit more cinematic with the smoothers. So I don't know. That's just me personally, though.
Also, I haven't tested this, but do gunshots fling you around, like your aim around now?
I don't think so. No, it's just like an animation, kind of.
Yeah. Also, one other thing, this directly buffed third person.
Yeah,
true.
Because it just doesn't happen there.
It doesn't happen in third person. It only happens in first person. So it buffed third person. Also, it buffed scope quality off, which is kind of annoying.
This is a mess with mods, bro. Mods are gonna be crying right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I just think it's like it could have been done better, and I wish that the animations could be keyframed. Like, I just wish that was actually like a thing. But also one other thing, I do kind of have an idea of, so the way that they work isn't through damage or anything. It works through what's it called? The effect. So in the effect, in the effects, it plays basically through the effect, it tells your screen what to do, right? So you can have a like the explosion, it says like shake and range or something like that. So I kind of had an idea on how to add it to like reloads by keyframing in an effect, if that's possible, onto a reload, so you could have screen shake maybe on a reload, which I really want that. Like, I really, really want that super bad. But unfortunately, it's not possible. I just wish you could move the camera around, man. That's all I want. I wish you could fucking keyframe it around and just add some shake, man.
Oh, you can? I just thought no one wanted to do that.
I mean, it's just, there's so many limitations, man. Yeah, I mean, I've seen there are some ways to get around it, but they are so overly complicated and genuinely just not really worth it to add like shake on reload and stuff. Also something that like that, I mean, they do have the right, but it's kind of just a pet peeve of mine is there was the guy that originally found out how to do all the animated guns, right? He came back, made a gun animation where the screen shakes when it reloads, right? And I was like, did you do this through a custom script again? Is this not compatible with BattleEye? Because the first time he did it, it wasn't compatible with BattleEye. He said, lol, no. So I'm like, dude, please tell us how. Didn't respond, right? I kind of find that annoying when like motherfuckers will post the coolest shit of all time and then just gatekeep the information. Like, I get they figured it out, right? But like, holy shit, it's annoying. It's like,
yeah, that's annoying. You don't gatekeep knowledge. You don't gatekeep knowledge.
I mean,
like me personally. Well, I guess like I get the fact that it's like if you're gonna use it for like a curated project or you're gonna attempt to make money off it and everything, it's like it's understandable. But it's like if you're gonna post it, man, just don't post it, because that gives me false hope.
Do be having a point.
Yeah, there's a lot of gatekeeping that's happened over the years for Unturned, and sadly,
there is a lot of gatekeeping in the modding community, but I think it's kind of boils down to the fact that the game is kind of hard to mod. So when people figure it out, they have poured hours into it, and they just don't.
It just feels like intellectual property that they shouldn't be giving away for free, basically.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I'm going to say, though, is there's a game studio I'm looking at becoming a cinematic animator for. Ooh. And they work all through Unity. So something I would do is if I became like a full cinematic animator for them, I would try and retrofit that knowledge to Unturned and then make a bunch of guides like in my free time of how to do a bunch of different shit.
That is,
and also I would
the
have
insider info.
Well, yeah, I would also have like coworkers in an industry, and they work off of Unity, like so that's pretty hype.
That sounds very sad to work off of Unity.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I work off of Unity.
I mean, to be fair, like Rust and Tarkov are made in Unity, so.
Isn't Rust in Unreal? I thought it was Unreal.
No, Rust is in Unity.
No wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder.
It's kind of crazy how good Rust looks after, like, I mean, it kind of looks like shit, but like in comparison to when it first like came out, like it looks like an entirely different game.
Same with Unturned. Unturned. Like, I was looking back at 2017 clips for research, and I'm like, this is the game I'm playing right now. This looks so bad.
Dude, I low-key miss the old voice chat. It was so funny to hear like some like dumb baby yell in like 1 kilobyte a second.
Dude, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
The times were different back then, man.
Yeah.
We grew up in a generation that we will never see again.
the Xbox quality mics will always.
It's also something I noticed as well is
be in my heart.
I'm not really sure. Like I think I kind of know how it works a little bit, but okay. So the recoil system that Nelson added, right? It when you stop sprinting, it also kind of shakes around, and I have no idea why. But it kind of gives me a little bit of hope because the sprint is an animation event. Like, it's an actual animation. So, like, maybe just moving the hands really fast adds shake, like, automatically. I have no idea.
So the way you're gonna handle those animations, you're just gonna make the character shake their hands very quickly.
Maybe, but also I kind of have a theory where if you fall from a great height and land, like, it also moves a lot. So maybe it's based on player velocity. I mean, yeah. I'm not really sure, though. Like, these are all secrets from Nelson Sexton.
The secrets.
Tell the secrets. Tell the trade secrets.
Gatekeeping?
Dude, he's gatekeeping the info.
He's gatekeeping. He's gatekeeping the source code. That's so stupid.
Yeah. To be
Nelson
fair, though,
is not the gatekeeper. He is the gate.
I don't really mind, though, about like the whole like recoil thing that guy found. Like, it is up to him to release it or not. It's just I kind of find it annoying when you like post videos about it and then you just kind of like
it's basically saying this is possible. Like
because I just think it's kind of cool. Like especially like I still need to make one, but if people hit me up, I usually help them. Like as long as you have decent enough Unity knowledge, like I'll help you throughout, like the animation process, like getting the gun to actually work. It's just like, if you don't have any like Blender knowledge or Unity knowledge, I'm sorry. It's just like I can't help you that much because it's like, to put it in perspective, the animated guns take like an intermediate, like hobbyist level Unity knowledge. So don't really go into it expecting like from like no knowledge to expecting to know how to do it immediately. You know, it's not like that.
You hear that, folks?
Like,
yeah. Anyone listening during this episode?
Did you hear that? So stop bugging Doug.
Yeah.
I will say though, like, I mean, if I was to give advice to anyone trying to start animation, is don't expect a lot. Like, well, that's what. Just don't fucking do it. Like, don't expect to be good at it, even within like a year. Like, it's an art form like anything else. Like, it's extremely hard to get good at. I mean, it's like you look at a lot of people make mistakes of expecting they can do it immediately, you know. So with like the fully animated guns, like it's a whole process that takes a couple hours. So I mean,
yeah, I made that mistake.
Yeah, like basically the Unity part of it is like 10% of the actual problem, you know? Like you look at like the actual animation process and it's very difficult like if you aren't well versed in animation. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little micro adjustments you have to do. It's not just
well,
like a
there's a lot of
too hard on yourself when you're starting out, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, fuck, I don't even know how to do animation curves. Like, I'm not even kidding. I don't know how to use the Blender curve editor.
You see, I don't know what that is even.
Okay, well, it's a very essential part of animation. Essentially. Also,
okay,
I have yet to... Dude, Z-Man's calling me. What the fuck? Hold up. I'm gonna say, can I say I'm doing the podcast?
Just DM him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I'm DMing him. I just said I'm doing the podcast. I cook a pizza.
Good job. Now tell Z-Man I said I hate him for leaving us.
What else? What was I fucking... Oh yeah. Also, like I have yet to animate a walk cycle. Like that is like the thing I have to get over. Like if I want to like work at this one place I'm looking at, is I really need to figure out how to do a walk cycle and like get good at that. Because realistically, I think I'm like around where a lot of studios would be with like animation, like a lot of indie studios. Because the place I'm going to would be like an indie studio. I'm not fucking going anywhere crazy.
Yeah, not going Rockstar.
I actually was looking at Respawn Entertainment because you don't need any type of degree.
Oh, okay.
To work at Respawn as like an animator, as you just kind of need experience, which is cool. Like that, a lot more studios are doing that with like every single like job is just you have. I mean, except like coding. Like coding is like a whole different thing, but the whole like idea that it's just you have to be like good at something, you know, and when you're good at something, they just kind of let you like work, which is like I think that's a cool mentality, you know. I think
like
that
doesn't really matter if you have a degree or not if you're just good at it.
If you're good at it, you're good at it. Like I mean, that's what like Elon Musk does with like Tesla. Like if you even if you want to be like a high up Tesla person, you don't need a degree or anything. You just need to be good and like prove you're good at it. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's why college is a scam. Don't go to college, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not what I said.
No, well, that's what you're implying, and it's the truth, so that's okay. It's okay. That's, college is a scam.
No, listen.
Knight Rider did drop out of college, just so you know.
Because it was a scam.
In like a week, so.
Did you actually drop out of college?
Yeah.
How quickly?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. Dude, Goofy,
Stay in school, kids. Just do what you're doing.
No.
As long as it's not gonna affect you in the future, you're gonna be fine.
Stay in drugs. Don't do school. That's what I say.
Something I would say is have a plan. Like plan things out. Like
that too. Yeah, that's sure.
It's very hard to plan things out. Like admittedly, like when you're younger, but it just gets easier as you get older.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like also work out. Like I know I say this a lot, but like working out gives you a sense of control that nothing else can.
This is such a wholesome episode, by the way.
Dude, for real. Like
the most uplifting episode of the Unturned
all
podcast.
I'm saying is like my life got substantially better after I started working out, so yeah.
Yeah, it creates dopamine.
Well, you know what else creates dopamine?
Subscribing. Subscribe.
Yes.
Yes, subscribing to the Unturned Podcast.
Exactly. I was gonna say drugs, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's like past the hour mark, so now we can just talk about whatever we want, and nobody will.
Dude, listen, fucking
True.
It's gonna be like Elon Musk podcast, or not? Fuck, dude. I am high or something. I swear. Is this like what's it called? the Joe Rogan podcast where it's like we're just gonna start fucking smoking?
No.
Yeah. The Unturned Podcast effect. That's
I mean, do you want to, Doug?
Dude, smoke weed every day. Snoop Dogg, 420. Dude, okay, I just want to say Snoop Dogg fell off. Snoop Dogg fell off, dude. He literally, like, he used to be the biggest name in music. He went hard as fuck, right? And then now all he does is, like, ads for fucking, like, Brita water filters and, like, fucking, like, Call of Duty operators. And he's the only operator that people play in the new Call of Duty because every character in that Call of Duty has no, like, actual character. People only play Snoop Dogg because he's the funny weed guy.
You see, I wish I was around when like season 6 of the 2019 Modern Warfare dropped because I'd be maining Farrah Kareem, bro.
What was that sentence?
What was that sentence?
What was that sentence that I just heard out of this man's mouth? That was horrid. That was.
He likes a game I don't like. Wick.
No,
shut up, Charles.
Shut up, Charles.
This guy wants to fuck a virtual character, bro.
Man,
admittedly,
y'all mad.
You're the one that added Manny. Okay, like.
Dude, Manny is my OC. He's a representation of me.
Manny is.
He's what I want to become, essentially.
Manny is Manny is the ideal male form. Okay,
I want to become so
high
fucking buff. I want to become so buff that I look good with like Cheetos coming out of my head. Like, that's the focus, dude.
Fucking hate it.
So you're gonna have that haircut when you reach that form?
I think it would be kind of funny.
It would be. It would be like not even like what Unturned is trying to represent. Just have the exact Unturned hair. Just say to the barber, cut like little cubes.
Fuck my shit up.
Cut like little Cheetos into my head. Yeah.
Yeah, he just actually bag of Cheetos and just starts super gluing at them. That would be dope, I think.
Goofy. Like, have you guys ever seen the Max Mofo video? Like, what? It's like the proto-human.
Oh, I think I did.
The proto-human, and it's just he gets one of his friends insanely drunk, shaves all of the hair off his fucking body, like waxes his eyebrows, okay? Dude. And then like after all of this, he like spray paints the guy's fucking head, gives him like a fucked up fake hairline.
Dude, old YouTube was crazy. Do you remember when Filthy Frank was a thing?
People dressed up as Pink Guy in front of Joji concerts.
Yeah. I still can't believe that it's the same person.
You stay winning.
I think this is the fastest derail we had on the podcast.
You're like getting old when people start like seeing Filthy Frank videos and like being like, no way, that's Joji.
Honestly,
I
bro,
saw it was like a TikTok of like this girl that was really into Joji and her boyfriend was like showing her Filthy Frank and she was like he showed her like the human cake video.
Oh my god.
Like, bro.
That is horrid. That is a horrid video.
No matter how much that guy sings, the human cake will never get out of his face.
No, I think Rat Chef is better.
Dude,
I think.
Nah, literally, that guy has eaten Vsauce's pubic hair.
That's so
like,
funny.
That's dope.
No, literally.
I mean,
do you remember, Doug, when literally the entirety of Twitter, the Twitter stands, found out that Joji.
Yeah, they tried to cancel him.
Yeah, they tried to cancel him. Because they figured out like half of his community were like, how do you not know this?
God, dude.
They were like laughing at each other. They were like, bro, what is this? What are y'all talking about?
Motherfuckers will say people change and then go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think
goofy,
we're derailing pretty heavily, so I think we should end this episode because we're already past the hour mark. But do you have anything else to say?
I hate Twitter.
The people.
Yeah, anything. We have good Doug on there.
I got something to say. Stay on your grind.
Yes.
Okay. Stay on your grind and focus on yourself, not other people. Like, try and like, if you set goals, don't set them for someone else. You know what I mean?
Set them for yourself. Oh my god.
Unimaginably based. Unimaginably.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Shrigma male grind set.
Exactly.
All right, well, everybody. Well, this concludes this episode of the Unturned Podcast, and I hope to see you next week.
Wait, can I say something before it ends?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone from the Unturned Podcast.